Hello, hello, it's Val, and I'm about to share with you your law firm client management system that is going to turn your clients into raving fans, and they're going to become your raving fans without them taking over your life. So let's dive in. So, are your clients taking over your life, making you miserable? Yeah, I get it. This is why I want to share with you this law firm client management system that is going to have huge results. I mean, huge results that are very powerful, that are going to turn your clients into raving fans each and every time. And here's the thing, we've all, been overwhelmed. We have so much client work and we think, oh my gosh, I've got my client concerns. I've got billings to worry about. I've got, wanting to have my firm be profitable. I've got the law society breathing down my neck. Oh, wait, that's me. How can I really make sure that I get everything done and ensure that I do this really great client work without them taking over my life on top of everything else? Because, oh, wait, don't you also want to have a good life? Time for your own family and not be stressed out and upset and, being one of those unhappy lawyers we see everywhere all the time, or the ones who are financially struggling and, who work so hard and yet their clients still hate them because they don't, the clients feel ignored. Yeah, it's a big problem in our industry. So here's the thing. What do our clients want? Well, what do they want from their lawyer? If they're coming to you, going through a separation or a divorce, what do they want from you? Well, they want two things, don't they? Number one, they want you as their lawyer to understand them, to get where they are at. They want you to understand what their priorities are, what their fears are, what their concerns are, what their hopes are. And the second thing they want to do, or they really want, is they want to make sure that their case, that their matter is progressing, that it's not just sitting there languishing sitting on your desk and not having any attention paid to it. They want to see their matter moving along so that they can get that final agreement, that final court order that's going to allow them to get on with the next stage of their lives. And so this is what I have developed in over 25 years of practice that works like you would not believe. The point being is, what if your law firm client management system wasn't about software, it wasn't about the tools you use, but it was really about human connection? Human connection being that what your clients need. Knowing that you as their lawyer understand them and get them, and then also moving their case forward. See, the thing is that most lawyers, what they do is they take their client's instructions and hope to get around to, doing that client work at some point, whether that be drafting a settlement proposal to the other lawyer, whether that be drafting pleadings, whether that be drafting an affidavit, or a deposition, and whatever it is. And the thing is that this is what a lot of lawyers do by mistake, or it's a big mistake that they make. So they actually are so overwhelmed with their week, they might schlep into the office on the weekend, or maybe they have a desk at home when they sit down and take away time, valuable time from their family, valuable time from their own health and happiness, and sit down and pour their blood, sweat, tears, effort into, well, let's call it a settlement proposal. Now, they don't have their client with them. And as they're drafting the proposal, they're trying to remember all the things that the client wanted, and they might get some details wrong, but that's okay because they'll send it to their client and their client will review it. Well, the thing is that clients, because they expect us to have an absolute, clear, concise idea of everything that they're concerned about, all the facts in their case. So what happens is that even though we've gone to the office or spent the time on the weekend for 2 or 3 or 4 hours or however long it is, and we send the client the product, well, there's going to be some stuff wrong in there, some details. And you know what? That's not going to inspire your client's confidence. They're going to go, wow, weren't they even listening? Like, holy cow. The second thing is your client's going to get a bill and they're going to go, wait, did they actually spend that kind of time on my file? Third thing is that as you're working on it, you're going to have to go, oh, wait, what is the date of birth of their child again? Oh, you have to dig through that. It takes a really long time. So this is my ninja move number 1. And caveat, it doesn't work for all clients because some clients, don't, they're not quiet enough to let you do the work. But most clients, and I set this process out from the very first meeting I have with them. I say, in my firm, the way I work, we do things slightly differently than most all other law firms and law practices. When I am working on your file and you have to commit, in order for me to agree to work for you as your lawyer, you have to commit to meeting with me as we work on your matter. So if I'm writing to the other lawyer, I want you there with me, either on the phone, on a Zoom call, or physically in my office, so that we can go through, the offer that we're making or the response to the offer, and we're working together as a team. Now, when I do that work with my clients, what does that do? Because I set the appointment with the client and I'm working with them, it keeps my to-do pile very small. The second thing it does is it really increases my clients' trust in me, because they go, I got a bill from Val. It was for 2 hours, but yeah, we spent about 2 hours on that matter. So it increases the trust, because when I've given them an account, they know that I've actually spent the time. The third thing is it's much more efficient, because I am putting together this proposal, let's say, with the client present. I don't have to go digging around for their child's date of birth. I'll say, remind me of your child's date of birth. And they'll say, oh yeah, it's January 17th, 2004. Great. Boom, chakalaka. So quick and efficient. So again, as we're preparing materials together, and again, I set that up right from the beginning. This is how, if I'm going to work for you as your lawyer, this is how I do it. I don't take instructions over email. I want to be able to work with you because we are in this together. So it increases your client's confidence in you, because also they feel heard. They feel you understand. They're connecting with you. And wow, does that turn them into raving fans? Yeah, it does a lot. The second piece is that I always set the next appointment. So what that does is it builds in an artificial emergency, if that makes sense. So for example, if I write a letter to the opposing side and say, can you please get back to me by November 10th, I'm going to make sure that I set my client's appointment for after November 10th. So what happens is that the file is always moving along. So it's not your typical diary system, bring forward system, because what it is actually meeting with my client. So if I have a task that I have to reach out to, let's say, a third-party organization to get some information, and I've made an appointment for my client for November 9th, as I see that appointment approaching, it's not a matter of, I should probably get around to notifying those guys. It's going to be done so that I can ensure I have that task done by the time we meet. So I go back to a client I had many, many years ago, and he said to me, Val, every single time I meet with you, I get a bill and I know my files moved forward. So the two things, clients want you to understand them, and that's why you do work with them present. Secondly, they want to see their matter progressing, and you do that by always setting the next appointment, the next thing to move the matter forward. Selfishly, for us, the great thing is it keeps our to-do pile very, very small. And we always know that we're on top of our work, which reduces our lawyer stress in such a huge way. The other thing that's really huge about doing work with your client present and setting the next appointment, which is so powerful, is that by the time we get to a hearing, a trial, I really hope I don't do any more trials or many more trials in this lifetime, that's for sure, or a mediation or a four-way meeting negotiation, whatever that process is, I've inspired my client's confidence because, I've followed a checklist and I make sure I've covered off all the bases, that I have an understanding of the facts, I have an understanding of the issues, that we have cleared off all the pieces of the evidence we have to put together. Again, they are raving fans by the time I get through this process with them. So again, having the client present with you when you're doing a lot of the work on their matter, and of course, secondly, always setting the next appointment. The real bonus about doing work in that way and having your clients be your raving fans, guess what happens? Your clients end up becoming ambassadors to you and your law firm. And what I mean by that is because they're so impressed about being heard, seeing their matter concluded, that they are thrilled to be able to give you reviews. They tell you their friends, their family members, people they care about, they send them to you. It's just a really great thing to do to move your law practice forward. So that's my law firm client management system. Of course, I've got systems for intake and doing the conflict check and keeping track of their information and organizing documents. Yes. But when I talk about the law firm client management system that really pays dividends, it's by following this process, the 2 steps. Do work with your client present and set the next appointment. This is Val. Much, much love. If you found this video helpful, and I hope you did, please give it a thumbs up. Because if you do that, then this video will be able to reach more people. And as well, if you want to stay in closer touch with me, please ring the little bell icon so that you can subscribe to this channel. This is Val. Much, much love.